Hey guys, Lube here with a couple thoughts on the Battlefield 3 Endgame DLC, which just dropped this past Tuesday for premium users on PC and Xbox 360. I've had a chance to play around with some of the new maps and modes, and I think I've got a pretty good grasp on how this DLC stacks up compared to the other ones. Right off the bat, I don't think the DLC is as good as Aftermath. I think that's kind of the high point for Battlefield 3 DLC. Not to say that Endgame is bad per se, but I just appreciated the maps on Aftermath more, and I thought they kind of conform to my style of gameplay a bit more than Endgame does. The thing about the Endgame maps is that they are more open, kind of like Caspian Border and Operation Firestorm, but they're also kind of bland. I mean, you have the snow one and the forest one and the desert one, and they're all pretty looking because, let's face it, the Frostbite 2 puts out some good visuals, but they just aren't as visually striking as some of the other maps. Ripping around on a dirt bike on the various maps is pretty fun, though. The dirt bikes are very hard to shoot off of. I don't know how in the preview videos people were getting kills off of them, but to do it in actual practice is actually pretty difficult. I had a chance to try out some Capture the Flag, and Capture the Flag actually turned out better than I thought it would. I thought that Capture the Flag would mainly just be not that fun, and it can actually get pretty crazy. A lot of people just camp around their flag, which is one of the problems with it, is just people just camp around it and don't really move out. But once you get out, or you've got a big attack going on your flag, things can get pretty crazy. You've got helicopters, the new anti-air, jeeps running in, tanks if that's on the map, attack helicopters. So it can get pretty crazy. Like I said, there are problems with it. Campers is a big one, and also people planting C4 and explosives on the flag. Air superiority is also in the Endgame DLC, and it's not that great. It's a nice distraction from the other modes and game types on offer, but I don't really see myself going back to air superiority all that often. Partly because I'm not really that good of a jet pilot, and also because it just isn't that much fun, or not as much fun as I thought it would be. A lot of that has to do with the way the jets work in Battlefield 3, and the air-to-air missiles aren't really that effective, and it's really hard to get a grip on where you are in relation to other planes. I've had a lot of incidents where I've slammed into somebody, or somebody else has slammed into me, or enemies just come from angles that I'm not anticipating, and on one of the maps, flying into the sun is particularly blinding. So overall, I like Endgame. Like I said, it's not my favorite DLC. If I had to rate the DLCs for Battlefield 3, it would definitely go Aftermath, Back to Karkan, Endgame, and then Armored Kill. The new modes in Endgame, while they're interesting, probably won't replace Rush and Conquest for me. CTF could prove to be something I go back to every once in a while, but probably after I get the assignments, I'm gonna give it up entirely. So yeah, that's my thoughts on Endgame. Not the best Battlefield 3 DLC, like I said, but I'm sure once the maps are put into rotation with the other ones and the normal game modes like Conquest or Rush, they will be a nice difference from some of the other ones. So let me know down in the comments what you thought of Endgame, and thanks for watching.